protocol. To those who did not receive it or don't have access, just contact Hina and we'll get it to you via my website or email. So don't worry. We're going to talk about this. It's a really nice protocol to keep on your fridge and to follow it and share it with your kids and your grandkids. So does everybody know what microbiome is? I'll start from the basics and build up so you understand what I'm saying. Your microbiome are little cells in your gut. We have 3 to 4 to 500 trillion of them, and they sit in our gut and they coat the lining in our gut. So they sit in a mucosal lining and they protect us. They're little pets. So, we eat for taste, but we also have to eat for our bacteria. It's very important. If we don't give them complex carbohydrates, what do? There's a lining in your gut that forms a tight juncture. That's made of carbohydrates. So these little pets, these bacteria, chomp on your lining and they eat your lining up. Once they eat the lining up, then all your food, all your undigested proteins goes right through that lining and attacks your immune system via your bloodstream. And then we get autoimmune and we get swelling and we get ulcerative colitis and we get all these types of diseases. You notice sometimes we eat foods and we get hives and we get a rash. It's because although it's a good food, although it's broccoli or a good carbohydrate, and a well-prepared protein, and you'll say to yourself, but I ate something healthy. Why did this happen? Is because the immune system is confused and it doesn't understand, because that is a clear indication and a good biomarker that your gut lining has been damaged, and those cells grow every 10 days. So it's very, very easy to heal your gut. Just stay away from wheat. For 7 to 10 days, those cells grow back, and then you can reintroduce the foods. We also have the 21-day elimination diet, whereby if you're just allergic to a whole lot of things, then you go very slow and easy and cut down all um, the products that are causing you to have this allergy, and then zone in on what the problem is. Dairy is a very big problem these days. Cow's milk are made for calves. And if you notice a lot of, and this is a nice little gift you can give to your grandchildren, all of you can tell them you met me, and this is what you can tell them. Today, 9 to 10-year-old girls are having puberty cycles. Why? It's the estrogen in the milk. It's causing that buildup. So they're having early pubic cycles. They're getting acne. The women are getting breast lumps. So for women's health, estrogen is not good. Okay. Then it causes fibroids. So you bleed, and then you pretty much go to the doctor and they say, well, you need to take out your uterus. Let's do a hysterectomy. All from dairy. So if you can avoid dairy, you can avoid a lot of problems in your life. We're not meant to eat dairy at all, consume dairy. There are a lot of alternatives like almond milk, where we'll do a program again, and I'll show you guys how to make almond milk. I soak the almonds, and then we'll make it in nutrability. We can make different lattes and things like that, and I'll show you how to do that, because it's a good source of protein. So try and stay away from dairy if you've got any current allergies. It's really, really important to value the spices that we have out there. In India, there is no incidence. It's the very lowest incidence of Alzheimer's on the whole planet, because they are consuming half a teaspoon of turmeric a day. Half a teaspoon. Can you comprehend that? Are you having half a teaspoon of turmeric a day? I'm not. I put a little bit of turmeric in my drink, like a little bit, teensy bit. But as Indians, and I'm Indian, do we have a lot of curries? So we get our spices. But yeah, so it's really nice to know that a vegetarian diet and consuming turmeric lowers inflammation in the body, and Alzheimer's is directly related to inflammation. It's called type 3 diabetes. It's the new thing. It's called leaky brain. So I want you guys to have ginger and turmeric, and include black pepper, any type of black pepper. This is our Dr. Gut black pepper, which just launched in Toronto, but you can get this anywhere. It's a $2 pack from any store. And if you have ginger and turmeric and you put a little bit of black pepper, it increases the thermogenesis process in the body and it burns fat. So it's got like a good bioavailability and absorption rate. It's these little hacks, these little tricks that we need to know. So if you're working out, and then that's also something very important I want to share with you. Let me just grab this. I'm a very visual person, so I like to show people what I do. Get one of these TerraBands, okay? And like, even if you're not able to, some people say, well, I work with a lot of seniors and they say, oh, we're tired or we in aches and pains. You don't understand. We can't do exercise. That's fine. But anything that's resistant, so you can do this on the side. You can do that on the side. You can lie in bed with this. So I always keep this everywhere. Very good. For any resistance exercise is incredible for brain health. So get one of these TerraBands. And then ladies, this is 5 pounds. I'm sure everybody can carry a pot that's 5 pounds. And gentlemen, this is 8 pounds. So I like to just have these in my home and just do my exercises because I don't want to get Alzheimer's. I'm also very scared. So I make sure I do what I can. You do 10-minute intervals. It's very easy. And this is for your brain, folks. Forget diabetes. It's all about Alzheimer's today. And I work with a lot of Alzheimer's patients, and it's just a very sad story, you know. So I want you to be able to take care of your cells like that. To repopulate your gut bacteria, the nicest thing is to have kimchi. Kimchi is uh, known to have a lot of strains of bacteria, almost 900 strains versus what you buy at the store, which is 12 strains. So if you notice in South Korea, the ladies are flat belly, beautiful skin, glowing, and there's no disease. Their obesity rate is 5.8%, whereas in America, it's 33.3%. And they eat the same fast foods that, Americans in Western society eats. But somehow, and this is a case study that I just, read recently uh, with Jonathan Otto from Medical Secrets. There's high levels of bacteria that make GABA. Now you get GABA from L-theanine. You can go to the health store and buy L-theanine. It's a herb. And that makes GABA in your brain and dopamine and serotonin, which is your happiness hormone, which is generated when you exercise, which is all made in your gut. So kimchi is considered a psychobiotic for stress, mood, and brain. So if for mental health patients, and even for people that are not experiencing mental health, and today in some way we all experiencing mental health. You know, um, you what does mental mean? Back in the day, you said we couldn't even say that we were experiencing mental health. It was so taboo. It was, oh, something wrong with aunt so and cousin so and so. It doesn't work that way. If you're not experiencing something, something's wrong. So just be, very honest with yourself and say, yes, I do have bouts of mental health, be it slightly emotional, slightly psychological. I mean, we've all had something happen to us in our lives that have impacted us. So, and you want to address that. You don't want that to sit in your cells at cellular level and make you ill. So I want you guys to have kimchi. Um, it really repopulates the bacteria. A half a cup gives you about 3 billion CFUs versus the 40 billion that you see in the stores when you go to the health stores. And that's about, I don't know, $60, $70 for 30 capsules. That's a lot of money, $70. And that's only for 1 month, right? It's not sustainable. I mean, God wouldn't put you on earth without the solutions green and ground, without sustainable solutions. You can really make your own kimchi. We've all got access to the internet. And if we don't have access to it, we have friends and family that can help us. So make some kimchi, put it in your fridge. And next time we meet, you can all tell me all about it because I want you guys to be able to, to level up because you're going to die when you're going to die. But what kind of a life do you want? It's about your quality of life, right? Quality of brain health. Um, they say if you don't move it, you lose it. So doing crossword puzzles, taking care of brain health is so important. Have you guys noticed like when you eat sometimes and you have to run to the bathroom? Well, it's lactic acid bacteria that's will help you. The lactic acid bacteria in the kimchi, it doesn't really like bacteria in a lactic acid medium. So if you eat kimchi, it kind of like it helps with your fat digestion, because we normally have poor fat digestion when we keep on having to go to the bathroom. And I had a client who had that problem, so we populated with kimchi, the gut bacteria, and that problem went away. It is quite embarrassing. You with family and friends when you're on vacation, and like you eat and you're like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go to the bathroom. But it's really poor fat digestion. The body's very scientific, so don't be scared. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're having your kimchi and and populating the bacteria. Remember, eat for your pets, love your pets, eat for your Valentine. Everybody has a little Valentine in them. Okay. So yeah, Alzheimer's is a predictable outcome of a Western diet. Fast foods are not good for you. There's a process called AGEs, which is called advanced glycation end products, and AGEs happens when you overcook food at a high temperature for how long you cook the food, and what temperature you cook the food at. It's very important. So we don't want glycotoxins to seep into our bloodstream and then affect our blood-brain barrier, because that is a big no-no. So you want to be steaming your food versus overcooking it versus frying it. Like frying a burger and eating fried samosas, it's not a thing anymore these days. You can't do it. I love samosas, but you know what I do? Actually, just baste them with olive oil, because you want to use a healthy fat. You don't want to use a toxic omega-3, and you can go and Google that. And then just put them in the oven tray, you know. So there's lots of ways. You don't have to fry stuff. Nutrigenomics, what does that mean? Nutrigenomics means that your diet and your lifestyle changes your gene expression. So you can change the color of your eyes if you go raw for 10 years. There are studies where people's eye colors have changed. Um, why? Because we are cells, and cells are organs, and organs are systems. So we're constantly mutating. Even as I speak, my cells are changing. As I drink this health drink, I'm programming my cells to change, because there's DNA in here. So whatever touches my lips is my responsibility. Whatever touches your lips is your responsibility. Always keep nuts. I love pumpkin seeds, so I keep nuts, and I have some nuts in the morning, or like before my talk. Like I know I need some energy. I have some nuts. I have a handful of nuts. Um, every morsel changes you on a genetic level and on a cellular level. Believe it or not, go and Google nutrigenomics. All your autoimmune diseases will be healed, because it really affects your gut, and your gut is responsible for your mood. So when people are depressed, and when we deal with autistic clients, before we do anything, we change the diet 360. Within 7 days, mothers come to me and say, "What's going on here?" Because you must remember, Western medicine is reactive medicine. You're sick, you go to the doctor, you get a pill, you get a prescription for the symptom. Very often, that very prescription causes you other side effects. Okay, so what's alternative medicine? It's root cause, right? We're looking for the root cause. It's proactive medicine, because the body is made to heal. I mean, medicine goes back 100 years. Eastern medicine, Ayurvedic medicine from India, and Chinese medicine goes back 5,000 years. And we must go and seek knowledge from these societies and learn what they do. It's very, very important. Leaky gut causes inflammation in the brain. You want to be having kale and spinach, because the dark leafy greens are really important. Okay, so just get it down. You can make a nice spinach curry. You can make a nice smoothie. You can add blueberries to your spinach smoothie. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower, are really, really important. So you want to be having those. Avocado, it's called God's butter. I love avocado. I don't buy butter in my house, but I'm always putting avocado on my toast, almond butter, having chia seeds. Aztecs use chia seeds when they climb the mountains, because it was for protein uptake. Flax seeds gives you a beautiful bowel movement. Doesn't always have to be crushed. I keep it in my handbag in a little Ziploc bag. If I'm on the train or on the bus, I'm not gonna reach into my bag for a candy, because there is no candy. I'm gonna have flax seeds until I get home and get to my dinner. So you can make these lifestyle choices, because you are responsible for your body. Eat nutrients dense foods, plant-based foods. 80% of your plate should look be plant-based with good proteins like legumes and well, you guys, I'm sure you know dal and lentils and those type of things are really helpful for the body. Um, in Hunza, they have no fuel. They eat their food raw, and they're very resilient people. They don't even have refrigeration. So what they do is they just eat their food as soon as it's harvested. So and you can look at their resilience. It's a very interesting society. They are one of the Blue Zone Society people, and that's something we can have another topic on Blue Zones, and I'll tell you all about it, where people have amazing longevity um, capabilities because of being in the sun, movement, family, compassion, spirituality. We need that as human beings. We're not meant to be isolated, and it's so beautiful that we can have these type of talks where we can be together. I mean, I feel like I'm in the same room with all of you, with Anis and with, you know. Cora and Dirji and Dilshad and Fatima Lakani, and like I'm with you guys. I'm hanging out with you guys on Friday morning. Like it's such a blessing. So I want you guys to know that there is no such thing as a problem that isn't somehow a gift, you know? I had diabetes 6 years ago, it was a problem, but I think it was the greatest gift to me because I healed myself naturally. I said I would not go the normal um, Western medicine route, and I researched everything up for myself. And this is my calling, like to share and to help. So just know that, through our trials, we strengthened and we resilient. We meant to be resilient. Um, Another thing I wanted to tell you is there's a doctor. His name is, I'll look at my notes here quickly because it's a bit of a pronunciation. It's Dr. Ellsworth Wayhan. Dr. Ellsworth Wayhan is from Loma Linda, California, and he was still practicing as a thoracic surgeon at the age of 95. 95. Why? In the first 50 years, he was vegetarian, and in the second 50 years, he was vegan. So Blue Zone Societies, Loma Linda, California, just what I mentioned, go and Google that. Very important that if you're practicing as a thoracic surgeon at 95, you've got your faculties. Sure, don't have Alzheimer's, right? And you notice how sometimes we have brain fog and we tired and we this and we that, and it shouldn't be happening. This is a mean machine, your body. It should work very well. The Institute of Medicine says that B12 is important, so take B12 supplements. It's really good for your nerves and for your brain. So make that a note. But we can do a whole vitamin talk because I believe this is not a very long. I have so much to say that the time allocated is not enough. So Hina, if Hina wants to organize with you guys, we can do like a mental health thing, a vitamin thing, Alzheimer's. I'm just touching the surface here to give you a holistic view of what's out there. So don't panic if I'm going too fast. Don't worry. There'll be more of these. If you're happy to do it, I'm happy to do it. Vitamin D. We don't absorb vitamin D if we overweight. I live in Canada for the last 6 months, and I'm feeling the effects of not having vitamin D in my body. I'm from South Africa, and I moved here 8 months ago, and I lived a life of sunshine. So my body's adapting, and I was getting sick a lot when I moved here last January. So the secret is when you move to a certain country, you must have the honey of that country to populate your bacteria so that you can protect yourself from sicknesses or illnesses. So that's very interesting. So I had a lot of raw honey when I came, but I was getting just used to the environment and getting a lot of lots of bouts of this and that. Um, what else can I tell you guys? Your liver, you want to clean your liver because your liver carries bile, and it can, the blood from the stomach and the intestine like literally pass through the liver. Like if the liver is checkpoint, passport control. So if the liver is checkpoint, then like what and how does the liver help you? It excretes cholesterol, it metabolizes fats and proteins, it helps digest undigested foods. So you want to protect your liver. If you're like always hungry, um, then you obviously have a problem with your liver. So you want to, the term fatty liver. Fatty liver means that liver is just so congested, like there's like a glucose deficiency in that particular organ. So why? Due to a toxic buildup. We're eating in certain ways that are causing our liver to be toxic. So celery juice is very good. I'm sure you've all heard about the celery juice diet. And I like this book, Celery Juice by the Medical Medium. And I've been doing the celery juice diet for some time right now. And the sodium crystals in the celery juice actually break down your fat. So you're going to have 2 glasses in the morning before you have anything. And you'll notice an incredibly huge bowel movement. And that's what you want. You want to clean the gut, right? Because what's the whole idea here is to detoxify, nutrify, and fortify. Okay, detoxify, nutrify, and fortify. So you want to, you can't just say, I'm going to clean my liver um, and my kidney, but my gut's not clean. If you're not pooping, if you're not getting all that waste out, and that, we carry a lot of impacted feces, kilometers and kilometers of impacted feces. So if you're not getting all the feces out, and sometimes most times we all feel bloated after eating. I mean, you can wake up in the morning and tummy's flat, and then as the day progresses, you're like 4 months pregnant because it's flatulence, it's gas, it's your bacteria not being, they're not happy. You probably didn't eat garlic, and you probably didn't eat ginger. So these are my two favorite friends, and we all know it, garlic and ginger. I really like this turmeric root. It's so strong. It actually stained my hands. So I made a nice almond milk latte. And if you look at it, folks, see how orange it is? It's beautiful. Just that will stain you. So you can take 15,000 milligrams of this turmeric and there's no side effects. So they use it for patients with ulcerative colitis and things like that. Garlic, you can Google this. There are a lot of benefits to garlic and ginger. Ginger is a rhizome, so it's anti-inflammatory. Um, it's antimicrobial, so it's also used for joint pain. And we all experiencing joint pain. So these are your joint pain secrets. This is your doctor, turmeric and Dr. Ginger and Dr. Turmeric, joint pain. So try to stop the pulls, also osteoarthritis and things like that. You want to be able to manage it in a way that's sustainable. I mean, I don't really think you should be taking drugs to sustain your body. Um, what do you think are the steps to reduce, to build immunity? I would say reduce inflammation, um, deplete your toxins, remove parasites, unclog your colon, deworm your body. So wormwood is an excellent product for cleaning up your colon. They used to, farmers would deworm their animals and then deworm their families. So are we doing that? We need to look at that. Licorice is excellent for the gastric buildup, dandelion for digestive buildup, milk thistle for liver, and echinacea to boost your immunity. So there's some really nice herbs. If you're in Canada, you want to look at St. Francis because it's a very reputable company. They've been around for 32 years. I don't work for them. I don't have anything to do with them, but I've done a lot of research and I like them. And what I put in my body is what I'm going to tell you to put in your body, So this is a nice product. Canadian bitters is really good for digestive upsets and things like that. And there's like a lot of benefits to this. Obviously, herbs have some side effects if you're taking high blood pressure medication and things like that. You want to talk to your doctor, you want to talk to your naturopath. But we've got wormwood, dandelion, milk thistle, echinacea, which I think you must all take, and licorice. So I call it the Dr. Gut Big Five. So if you want to order the Dr. Gut Big Five from me, then you can call me and we'll ship it to you. Shipping is between $10 and $15 in Canada. If you're out of the country, you've done some for people in Europe, then it's just whatever the regular shipping rates are. And these are about $22 a bottle. So yeah, you can order that from me, or you can get it in your country or in your city. So just little hacks and little tips. What else did I want to tell you? Homeocysteine. Homeocysteine is a great biomarker for Alzheimer's. So we have beta amyloid plaque in our brain, and you want to be able to having antioxidants to reduce the beta amyloid plaque. So you basically, in berries is also very good. In postmortems of Alzheimer's patients, they've shown that they have high levels of homeocysteine. So eat plant-based, do blue zones. With regards to vitamins, I made some notes here, which my favorite, vitamin E for brain health. Write this down. If you can't write it down, don't worry, we'll get it to you. Brain health, vitamin E, vitamin C, omega 3, DHA, B12. Okay, B12 is really important. We talked about that. And then folic acid is brain health, and acetylcysteine, got that? B6, and glutathione. It makes neurotransmitters. But guess what, folks? Guess what makes glutathione? Kimchi. Kimchi, kimchi, kimchi. So buy a cabbage for $2 and go make some kimchi, okay? Because it's a lot of benefit for your brain. And then B6 turns homeocysteine to glutathione, and glutathione is protects us from the Alzheimer's. Also for stress, people are taking they are taking L-theanine, which increases GABA. They're taking ashwagandha, which reduces cortisol. They're taking St. John's for mood irritability. But talk to your doctor, talk to your homeopath. So I'll tell you a little secret. Homeopaths are about $250 per treatment, per consultation. Well, at North York General Hospital, and I live in Toronto, there's like a bridge which goes to the other side, and there's a big building called the Naturopathic School. So you can go see a fourth year medical student for $40 or $50 because they need to do the case studies. And so they're trained for 4 years, and then there's a supervised doctor with that student. So, I mean, I think that's a great deal. I was going to do that in March, and then COVID hit. I was going to take my kids there. So when everything opens again, I'm going to go to the naturopathic school near the North York General Hospital, and I'm going to go to the naturopath for $50 because it's sustainable. And why not, right? If you can afford 250, then go ahead, you know. But there's always like a solution, and there's always somehow things that can benefit you. So just remember, aerobic exercise increases your gut bacteria diversity, and you always want to have diversity in your gut. Nature walk studies show that people even living in the city that just go to trails and go for nature walks are increasing their microbiome. You want diversity here in your gut. So there's no excuse that I live downtown, I can't do it. Go just walking outside, and just it's called forest bathing, and just taking in the nature, because there's DNA and there's intelligence in nature. So just being in that surrounding, um, it will help your body to align itself. Have alkaline foods, because they neutralize the toxins in your body. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. It's 10:30. You guys might have some questions, or you might want to talk about some things. I didn't want to like bombard you with too much information. I give you a little bit, and then